Hi Cancer, how are you? Welcome to February 2018. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to be doing these readings again. Awesome stuff going on in the sky for you. And you guys have so much going on. And I'm so grateful for all the comments that you left sort of confirming that this is what Cancer is in fact dealing with. And in the reading I do talk about how it didn't, like I knew it, but it didn't really sink in as to why you guys are experiencing this period of time in such an intense way. Saturn and Capricorn, but Capricorn is a cardinal sign. Cancer and Libra, and I'll put Libra in there, and Aries too, they're all feeling that very, very hard, right? Because you are the cardinal signs, and cardinals are responsible for the most important houses of the charts, 1, 4, 7, and 10. So when we have a cardinal transit, all the cardinals are like, oh, I feel this so much, and it's a heavy transit, so you're really feeling it. And Cancer, you especially are going through some major, major revisions. You know, we've got this 8th house activity going on in Aquarius for you. Venus, the Sun, Mercury, all going to be making its way through the 8th house, which is about regeneration, death and transformation, okay? And a lot of the stuff that I talked about last month is going to be continued, right? To be continued. Your belief system, Venus, your values, all coming under the microscope this month and feeling because it's associated with Aquarius and Mercury in Aquarius, that gives us that very high mind, that very more brainy and logical, but like abstract logic, if you will, if that makes sense. It gives that kind of vibe to it. Your life is going to be moving at rates that I don't know if you're really like, you can really fathom right now. Things are changing. You are definitely changing. And I named this video, Cancer, They Can't Hold You Back. Because you are on a mission. You are moving forward. And especially with the 8th house stuff, there is nothing anyone can do. This is a force so much bigger than anyone's individual power. Okay, so you have an agenda, you have a motive, you have an intent, and you're going for it, right? Cancer, Cardinal, it's all about go. So you're going. And people are going to see that, and they are going to be like, oh, that person is becoming someone different, and I don't know who they are, and oh, and there's going to be like, people are going to freak out, and they are going to want to contain you, they are going to want to restrain you, and they just can't. And so I think that you might need to get a little bit like, nope, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing. You might need to tap into that more harsh part of yourself. The good news is we do have Mars in Scorpio right now, so that kind of lends itself to, you know, power, right? Mars, Jupiter, Scorpio, like that's a powerful, powerful transit that we've got going on right now. I think you feel very deeply connected with your mission in life, and you feel that warrior-like quality, and you're just going with it. You're embracing and you're going with it. And I think really good things are in store for you for sure. I'm doing comprehensive readings for you guys. I'm kind of doing that as well. I know a lot of tarot card readers are doing them. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do that and also take it to the next level. And I'm going to be introducing some really cool stuff over the next month or so. So if you want to watch the comprehensive version of this, which is where I take so many more cards and I clarify everything and I give you so much more information about the story in the first set, that will help enable you to make decisions. It will empower you to feel confident in what you're doing. And I think it'll be really, really good for you to check that out as well. So I will go ahead and leave you guys with that. Thank you so much and happy February. Bye. Hello Cancer, how are you? Welcome to your February reading. Thanks so much for being here. So I was shuffling and these two cards popped out. So I was like, okay, well, it's time to start the camera. So High Priestess and 10 of Wands. Obviously, your intuition at this point in time is peaked. You're naturally in tune with your intuition anyway, whether you're aware of that or not. It's just kind of a part of your day-to-day operations. You know, you just are connected, and that's it. With this card, it tells me you are under some kind of heaviness or some kind of weight. Something has attached itself to you. Now, I remember the Cancer reading last month, and it was super heavy, you know? And, you know, I was thinking, because Libra was really heavy too, and I was like, why is Cancer and Libra, like, why is it that they're experiencing such kind of heavy things? And I'm such a dummy, like, obviously, because we have Saturn coming into Capricorn, which is a fellow cardinal sign. And cardinals are a little bit more connected than the fixed and the mutables, right, to each other. Because you are responsible for the heaviest and most prominent houses in the zodiac. 1, 4, 7, 10. Okay, those are the most important houses. And so, of course, you're feeling it. It's in a fellow cardinal. It's a heavy hitter. It's not like a little Mercury transit. It's like a big thing. So, of course, you're experiencing it in heavy ways. In opposition to you, it's like, do we let Saturn win or do I let my moon win, right? And a lot of times you can be like kind of having a little bit of conflict or competition between, you know, like an opposite planet, right? And your own planet. So the High Priestess is your moon, your ruling planet. And she's kind of coming in now as your heavy hitter. It's kind of like a little boxing match that you have going on, and your home planet seems to be winning at this point in time. But it doesn't mean that you're not still feeling, you might be winning the fight, but you still get tired, you know, and whatever it is you're really working for at this particular point in time does seem to be very, very worth it. Okay, so just know that the changes that you're undergoing, and you know, I mean, there's no question about it, you already know, but the changes that you're going through are all with greater purpose in mind. And yes, the Saturn transit is a long one, and as we're still adjusting to it, you might be feeling it a little bit more. You'll get used to it over the upcoming months. But, you know, here's your moon. I say moon because she's got the moon under her foot there. Your moon ruling planet coming in being like, hey, don't forget about me. I might be softer, I might be quieter, but I'm just as powerful. You know, so listen to your little voices that are going on in your head regarding people around you, regarding your life path, regarding your belief system, regarding all sorts of things. Because it's important, and it is stuff that you are meant to experience at this time. Yeah, tired. When I say you're feeling tired, strength reversed. I don't know if you're dealing with people that are causing this. The thing to remember here too is her connection with the ethereal realm. Right here, she is the protector, the gatekeeper, the veil, the pomegranates. Right, the veil. Between our perceived reality and the spiritual realm, it is still very, very thin. And she, with her infinity or her figure 8 on its side, is that same connection. They represent the same thing. She is a channel through which she can control her physical world, which is represented by the lion. The physical world is our circumstances, it's our finances, it's our relationships, it's whatever, and I call it the beasts in our life, right? The big, heavy-hitting areas of our life. And so you may be trying to either suppress or ignore or feeling tired from the intuitiveness, right? Because when you're tapped into your intuition for so much, like, and I know it's an everyday thing for you, but if it is feeling blocked in any way, you know, you kind of have to work overtime to be like, okay, well, how do I really feel about this? What am I really thinking? How do I differentiate? And I talk about this all the time. How do I differentiate my intuition from a hope or a fear, right? And I think the question is to just don't question, or the answer is to just not question whether it's a hope or a fear, but yet just move forward with what it is you know you need to do, right? To not like indulge in hopes and fears. Does that make sense? I think a lot about hope and fear, because hope and fear are so loud, and they are the same thing. A hope is a fear in disguise, and a fear is a hope in disguise, but neither one of them really has merit. The high priestess represents the truth, that middle point. It's neither hope nor fear, it just is. And so if you are leaning a little bit too far to one side, I hope this will work out, or I'm fearful that it won't, well, likely it's going to manifest itself as such. Your gut feeling is so important right now. And sometimes it can be difficult to weed out the noise. But if you put your head down and you work toward whatever it is you're working towards, whatever this heaviness is, it can feel burdensome. You know, it really can, but it's always for the greater good. And, you know, I'd always say he's taking these sticks back to his castle so that he can, like, add that new wing to his castle, right? He's creating more with it. Wands are about creation. And so it's not for nothing. See, 5 of Coins reverse. It's not for nothing. Whatever scarcity you have perceived in your life lately, it's starting to disappear. Whatever rejection and isolation you've experienced lately, you're coming out of that. And it will take time. You know, the crab likes to hide. The crab likes to go into its shell. It likes to dig into the sand and, you know, kind of observe things before it's safe to come out. And I think you're going to start feeling that it's safe to come out. You know, and I think you're going to come out with a roar, right? Like the lion, like with a roar. You're going to trust your abilities in terms of manifestation. You're going to trust your abilities in terms of what you can create in your life. And you're just going to just break free and do it. But I think you're going to need to get there first. With the high priestess coming in the center, I feel like she's kind of still festering, and there's a lot going on inside of you right now, and maybe not a lot in the external world. And during this process, we often do have a lot of time to think about stuff. You know, I often think about when we're doing like really boring things, you know, tasks that just like, oh, this really is like mundane and so boring. So when you're doing these mundane, boring things, like I was just talking about in Gemini with my job, before I left, I used to go into the office and I used to handwrite letters, right? Because my boss didn't want to print out the addresses for these direct mailings with a handwriting typeface. He actually wanted them physically handwritten because they were more likely to get opened. So there were like thousands and thousands of letters that I would have to go in and just like bang my head against the wall addressing these envelopes. And during that time, my creativity skyrocketed, because as you're going through those things, and yes, it sucks, and yes, it's burdensome, but it really, really does allow that inner voice to come through. And even though what I was doing wasn't creative and it wasn't in my zone, I was able to tap into my zone while I was doing those other things. Does that make sense? And it's because of that experience that I was able to figure out a way to go travel and to step away almost for the entire year and go to Bali and go to Europe and Tokyo and Australia and all sorts of places, just because I was doing something that felt like this, but I was allowed to have my intuition speak through loud and clear. And through that, I was able to control my world. I adjusted my job. I turned my whole life around so that I wouldn't feel like I was missing out on stuff, you know, so I wouldn't feel that I was in a place of scarcity, right? Personal example, hope you guys don't mind. Let's go ahead and continue. King of Wands, beautiful. Let me think. Is that you guys? Okay, we're getting a couple here. Are you guys feeling stuck? Oh, sorry guys. Are you guys feeling stuck? Because I'm feeling like here's your spirit, here's your that will, that desire, that like big picture, entrepreneurial, I want to do all these things type of energy. And then there's either someone in your life or it's a part of you that's just like such a Debbie Downer that does kind of make you feel like you are being pulled back. This is the voice inside of you that says you can't. You can't. You don't have the money. You don't have the time. You don't have the ability. You're not smart enough. You're not good enough, right? That's this one. So if this is an outside influence, this needs to change as soon as possible, because this is a hindrance on this amazing King of Wands. Like the King of Wands is the card of Leo ruled by the sun. And when you have a planet that wants to beat the sun, that other planet can become, or that other energy can become very aggressive. It can become very jealous, very possessive, and it can pull you back. So if it's a part of you, you need to put that part of you in check. You need to acknowledge its presence and say, okay, I hear you, but this is the representative of fear. Okay? Fear and hope, both. Fear and hope. This one knows it can do whatever it wants. It just knows, right? Like there's no question in his mind. There's no doubt. There's no anything. It's just like, I'm just going to go do it. I'm going to put my head down. I'm just going to go do it. And I know that I can. Look, these are both cards of Leo. I know I can, and I know I will. I know I can, I know I will. Control that physical reality. Control your money, control your love situation. And if you're dealing with someone that is uncontrollable, liberate yourself, break free from that. You know, break free from the tyranny of another person's Debbie Downerness. Guys, can I say that? Like, it's tyrannical. And it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to who you are becoming. Because who you are becoming is incredibly admirable, you know? I'm feeling stress right now doing your reading. I'm feeling stress. I think you are under some stressful situations, are under some stressful circumstances. And this isn't even about being optimistic, okay? It's about faith of the immediate and endless supply of the universe. And that's a huge thing. And you might need to consistently remind yourself of that, because if you're feeling scarce in any area, if you're feeling like you lack, if you're feeling like something isn't enough, it's quote unquote easy, quote unquote, to make it not be that way. Your mind can be powerful either for good or bad. Your mind is the true creator. Because ideas come to you. We do not really conceive truly. These ideas and these thoughts and these goals and these desires that we have are just given to us. We are living in a world of effects. You know, we cannot escape the laws. We call it the laws of physics, but really it's the laws of the universe, right? We are living in a world of cause and effect, but the cause of everything can truly get traced all the way back to the beginning of the universe, right? When you really start thinking about it. So we don't really have control over those desires that we have, right? They're just instilled in us. The ideas that come to us, they come to us. That's why we say, like, I just had a burst of inspiration. I just felt inspired. That's why we say that, because we know that we were just inspired. We just had a thought. And so you can't really help that. But what you can help is how you perceive it, right? Where we have the control, is our perception of things. And if we perceive things to be ugly and harsh and bad, then that's exactly what they're going to become. And I think you're going to have a lesson in that, right? Strength reverse. You're going to have a lesson in that. I'm going to tell you something I told Gemini. Sorry for those of you who watch both signs, but I'm going to tell you. Gemini, I was talking about a little manifestation exercise. I was talking with a girlfriend. She's a Pisces. So sweet, so adorable, so amazing. And she was like, I watched this Teal Swan video. She's like another YouTube lady. I watched this Teal Swan video, and she said, she had an exercise to test the powers of manifestation, just to test it, to see if it really works, right? To see how quickly it works. And the exercise was simple, to just picture something, anything, doesn't matter, and see how quickly it comes into your life. So she said, she did it a few times. And the first time she's like, okay, I'm going to manifest a koala bear, right? Something totally random, totally unrelated to her life in any way. She's like, I kept thinking about it all day. I want to manifest a koala bear, a koala bear. And she's like, not even later that day did that koala bear come to fruition as a picture on her Facebook page. And she's like, and then I kind of was skeptical. I'm like, it's just coincidence. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to make it a little bit more specific. And I'm going to do a midnight blue raven. Like not a black one, but a midnight blue raven. And lo and behold, hours later, that midnight blue raven popped up on her Facebook page, as a friend had posted something about all the amazing things about these birds. And she's like, I couldn't believe how quickly these things started appearing in my life. And all it really was focus, you know? And I think that that's kind of where Saturn does you a lot of favors. Because even though your moon ruling sign, you know, is kind of in opposition with a Saturn ruled sign, if they work together, your abilities to be in contact with the spiritual realm and to create in reality are much, much, much higher than many of the other sign combinations, right? People with this Saturn transit right now. So that's why your readings are going to be quite heavy over the next few months, and probably maybe even the next year, is because of that. And you are being forced to live with both and to integrate both Saturn, both Moon. And Moon is so feminine and Saturn is so masculine, and that masculine part is like really, really needing to come out, you know, and the doing part and the creating part and the applying it in real life part. So even if you're very successful in your life already and you view yourself as having a lot of success, the Freudian slip there maybe, card of Scorpio, here we go, the sign of sex, but a lot of success, you know, there's always an area that needs attention. And again, the card of transformation, no surprise at all. Yes, it is, you're metamorphosizing, you are changing, you are growing and sprouting those butterfly wings and learning how to fly. And I think that this is that part of you that wants to remain in the chrysalis, or this is the person in your life that doesn't want to see you spread your butterfly wings and fly. And I think there could be a lot of people that are very, very jealous of you over the course of your growth. You know, they're jealous of you. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you, becoming everything that you're meant to become. So, and there's a part of you that is fearful and doubtful too. There is a part of you that has both, okay? Oh, we're getting 2. 4 of Wands, stability, happiness, cause for celebration. Some of you might be on the track to getting married. All right, this is a card of real estate as well, but it's really specific because for you, being ruler of the 4th house, this is the number 4. And because it's like the wands, I always see it as like trees growing roots, right? Delving in, and 4th house being about the root system and you coming in contact with the roots of your life, the roots of your belief systems and all that I talked about last month. But this is really you finding your footing and really feeling very good. And here's that conceiving, right? Or rather the receiving part of the inspirational moment where you feel inspired to do something, to say something, or to make something, or to fall in love, or whatever. It comes in and it hits you like a lightning bolt. Well, that's this energy here. There's nothing you can do to stop this. This represents the masculine part of your soul, right? We all have, it's the law of gender, masculine and feminine within us, masculine and feminine outwardly from us as well. This is from the inside. The masculine part of you, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. What did I just talk about? Oh my gosh, tarot is so crazy, I swear. We just talked about this. The masculine versus feminine, Saturn versus the moon. Okay? And here it is being represented here. The integration of both. Integrating both to allow them both to come together to create for you, to create and to learn and to manifest the life that you want. This is a card of self-mastery, perfecting your mind, understanding how powerful your mind can be, not let your mind wander, not let your mind indulge in hopes and fears. Okay? So much stuff. Oh my gosh. So much stuff. Queen of Pentacles, card of Capricorn, not surprised, and the Page of Swords. This versus this. This is you. This could be your divine masculine and your divine feminine in the realm of manifestation, okay? Because we have Pentacles and it's about the real world here. It's about what you can touch, what you can feel. Okay, there's spiritual aspects here for sure, but this is about reality. Okay, so don't second guess yourself. Here you have the power within you as long as you can learn how to use it and channel it. Now is a really good time to begin learning. It's a really good time for you to have a lot of questions, to go out and adventure and to really see the world, to make your burden a little less heavy. I see this as being liberation from this, and this is definitely a much easier energy to live with than the 10 of Wands. Okay. Whew, my goodness, Cancer, you're going to be a focus for me for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that. If you want to watch the comprehensive, it is free this month on my website. The information is in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much. If I don't see you, because in the comprehensive, I'm going to be clarifying this and this person or this thing. I'm going to be clarifying too this King of Wands and really what's going on here, and then why the sense of weakness here. So there's going to be a lot more cards coming out. So hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.